Well, hello there, you beautiful and amazing people. I am some guy called Aaron, and welcome to the channel. So, with the MLR about to start up again, I have decided to go have a good look at all the teams, hopefully provide some information for you guys and go, I kinda am interested in this. This looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to see this. Oh, it's a new sport in America. Very interested, very interested. So, if you're asking yourself, what is the MLR? It is Major League Rugby, and I describe it as the seriousness of the Premiership to the craziness of sevens, where you have all these amazing passes and running rugby. But they have this American flair that they do with the sport, that razzmatazz they always do. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see. It's a bit of fun. It's still in its infancy. It's a few years into it now, but it is pretty enjoyable. It is pretty enjoyable, and I don't mind it too much.
What the hell is that?
So, before we get into it any further, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. I'm really pushing this channel now. Trying to get as many subscribers as possible to create a massive fellowship of people, talk about interesting stuff that hopefully you look at it and go, I didn't know we had a rugby team. I'm going to look at this. Let's get down there. I quite like it. I'm going to support my local team. And if that happens, please drop me a message. I'd love to hear from you guys because, hey, the season kicks off pretty soon. We're, I think, 10 days out as of recording this video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, we are going to be looking at Rugby United New York. So, that is a bit of a mouthful. I'll just refer to them as Rooney instead of saying that whole Rugby United New York. So, Rooney, the team from New York. Now, from what I've seen over the years, they've been a slightly nomadic team. Really good team, and you can only piss with the cock you've got, as the old saying goes. They've moved around a lot where their facilities are one side of New York, and they're playing at that side of New York, and then they're having to go to that side of New York, and then just shifting all over the place. It's been a little bit chaotic.
Lovely. How are you doing?
I'm bitching, yes. I'm as busy as a two-twatted hooker.
But I think as of last season, they've really settled down, started building a bit more of a team. It's a nice environment they've got, and they've found a home in New York, and it looks like a decent little place they've got. And, once you're really settled, you start building a culture and a club, you kind of start raising up, and they've got some decent players, and, it looks really rosy for them. And speaking of players, let's have a look at the player list. So yeah, some young American guys here. Sure, Nick Savetta is a local New York boy. So it's good to see that they're finding a lot of talent in that city. Andy Ellis, the old All Black. That's a hell of a side, and he might be 102.
How dare you?
But his mind is still switched on. His body will say no, but his mind is saying yes. That's a great person to have at this level of rugby. All black, very decorated. It's a good player to have at scrum half. And Dylan Fawcett right next to him. If he is not the club captain, they've got to be looking at him going, maybe a year or two down the line, once one of like Andy Ellis and Ben Foden have left, those sort of more established players, once they've left, Dylan Fawcett's pretty awesome. I've liked what I'm seeing from him, and he is, that spine of that New York team. But he's got to be pushing for more and more USA international honours. He's got a bit of a competition there with Joe Taufete, but impressive. I'm really impressed with him. He's pretty decent. And then Ben Foden, probably the superstar of the team. I'm glad he's still in rugby and doing what for Rooney. Really, really, really happy for him. You know, as a Tigers man, watching him play for Saints and just, yeah, rather annoying. But yeah, good to see. He had a bit of a hard time and then came to New York and he's really, really gotten better. It's nice to see, and he's building up this club. And hey, he could become a future club manager or, you know, one of the backroom staff. I'd imagine that would happen. Zach Talafu. God, I remember him playing for Samoa back in the day. I thought he was back in Waikato, but obviously Rooney really wanted him. That's a decent signing. He's a older gentleman, shall we say.
I am going to go in there and I am going to take you.
You're fucking not.
Oh, fuck off now. Jesus Christ. Oh,
You know what, you've hurt yourself.
I've got so much on as it is.
But hell of a prop. Big old unit. Really do like Zach Talafu. But yeah, some very, very, very good players. And you can see, like, if you look at here, that's the spine of the team sort of thing. There's maybe a couple other players there. I mean, I remember they used to have Bastero there, the old French international. So, you know, a lot of promise there. But you look at the spine where you've got Dylan Fawcett, really good at hooker, building that up front. You've got Andy Ellis as the transition from the backs to the forward, from the forwards to the backs, and keeping everything pretty coherent. And that's a pretty good signing if you're going to be holding on to him for a while. Ben Folden at the back, you know, controlling the back three, maybe pushing the centres out a bit, or like trying to spot space for the fly half. I mean, if you've got a young fly half there and you've got Ben Foden sort of at the backfield helping you out and Andy Ellis on the inside of you, yeah, be good to be a young fly half there. So let's see where they play. So they look at Memond's Park. Apologies for that. I have no idea how to say that. So the MCU Park is a minor league baseball field at Coney Island. Hey, be a bit of fun down there in Coney Island. So they do a few sports there. They play football, American football, rugby. They have concerts, wrestling. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent place. And let's see, how big is the crowd? 7,000 seater stadium. Not bad, not bad. And they've also added some standing room. And the capacity was added up. So you're talking, what's that, 10,000 seater stadium.
I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
Including standing. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Very nice. Let's have a nosy on Google Maps. Zoom in. So, I mean, you've got this area around here. Where's that? Long Island. Zoom all the way in down to Coney Island. So you got the, I'm going to say this is the Coney Island amusement park. Nice beach area, athletics. Some nice little area. Very residential though. And here is the park. So, have a lot of parking around here. Some go-karts if you fancy that as well. Make the day of it. Brewery built into the stands. But yeah, you can kind of see that. Where the pitch is laid out. Okay, you're hitting a little bit of the running track, which is not ideal, but like I said, you can only piss with the cock you've got. because New York is a hell of a busy place. But yeah, pretty impressed with that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what if this is just waste ground or what's happening here. If they could build the stand round there and maybe build it here as well, have it fully enclosed. Maybe that's not possible. Yeah, 10,000 seating capacity. Well, including standing as well, I guess. So I'd imagine you can stand there and stand over here. And if they're doing like standing around this side of the pitch as well, and they've maybe put on a bar, but it is a very tight area and they've got a decent amount of parking. But you do have the subway trains coming in there, the metro, whatever it is. So hopefully that does interest you to get that easy transport, because it's just down the street here. How long? When you're into the ground and get to watch your local rugby team. So if you do fancy this, here are some of the tickets. They have a season pass membership, a full season ticket with 8 home games and exclusive benefits. So not too bad, not too bad. And they do have single game tickets and group tickets as well, if you just want to have a one-day ticket. Now, due to what's probably happening here, I'm going to say this is more of a government type thing.
What they're talking about, it's a load of Barry, so it is.
Barry?
Barry, right? Shite!
But if you do want a single game ticket, you have to go through this process. I could not get any pricing for this at all, because you have to request a single game ticket, your phone number, how many you want, email, all that jazz, if you want it. So if this does interest you, you will have to go through this process. They, I'm assuming, will contact you, or you can phone in or whatnot. But it's just one of those things at the moment in New York. You got to deal with it if you want some rugby. It's not a good thing, but it's good to support your local club. But they also have the season passes as well, full season ticket, for $146. Now, I'm assuming this has all 8 home games. And if that does interest you, that's a pretty good price for 8 games at your local club. So, not a major amount of money, but it's pretty good for the high-end one. And they also have one that's got $104. So I'd imagine this would be at one side of the ground, and this would be more of a more beneficial seating area. Or I'd imagine if you're maybe here for the worst seats, and maybe here as well, but the better ones are here and there. Who knows? They're a bit. I think the local government is sort of dictating what they can do at the minute. So if this does interest you, you will have to go through this whole process for each ticket, of course. But if you can't make the game, I highly recommend going to the Rugby Network. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I'm not affiliated by these guys. I would love to be.
No, really, I should.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
No, seriously, I can't.
Go on.
But yeah, I just find this is a really good app if you want to get into your rugby. They have all the back catalogue games that you could possibly want. Every single one of them. You can watch them, you can get highlights of them. They also do team stuff, shows, loads and loads of shows, behind the scenes stuff for all the teams, if that interests you. And they have an app, you can watch it on your phone, all those things. So like I said, I just find this pretty awesome. Nothing to do with me. I use it to watch some rugby. I watch it on my computer. It's really worth it. if you can't make the games. You can support your club in some other way. But anyway, I thank you for watching, and I hope that this has sort of sparked your interest in going, I did not know we had a rugby team in New York. Let's get down there. Let's take the whole family. I really like this game. I'm going to buy a season ticket for next year. $150, sort of. Yeah. I really do hope this happens. And if you do get down there, drop me a message in the comments. Because I'd love to hear it from you guys. And just say, yeah, I seen it. Sparked my interest. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I thank you for watching. And as always, stay awesome.